ladies and gentlemen and ladies, good evening. I am Styrofoam Ralph. This is Cups and the Gang live from the motherfucking hot box. It is the Monday smoke meeting right after the game 7 of the NBA Finals. Gentlemen, we have a new champ. You know, I got my dog, one half of Sports Reports, as order 2-5. Mike Will representing live in the building. And you know, I got my dog, DJ Radical Jack, Cactus Jack in the building. You already know what it is, fellas. Just real quick, just fire them off, man. First thoughts about game 7 last night.
What I
Tyrese
said was going to
Halliburton is
happen
not a
in July
superstar.
happened.
Oh yeah, 2-5 been saying OKC forever.
Yeah.
2-5 has been ringing
However,
that OKC bell.
I will say that outside of it being good basketball being played, this is easily the worst NBA Finals of all time.
I don't even know what that means. Like,
Uh, I mean, viewer wise, like nobody gives a shit. Like not one person. You don't see nobody on the internet like, yo, shout out to blah blah blah. Yo, NBA final. Like nobody
why do you think that
cares.
is?
Honestly, from a non-biased point, I think it's just because nobody gives a fuck about the Pacers and the Thunder. And it's not because it's the Pacers and the Thunder. It's because there are no big names on those teams. And I mean, it's kind of like what we talked about the other day. Like NBA has to do better at making the people care, but at the same time, it's like we have gotten so. I mean, the NBA is always going to be a superstar-driven league, and this year was the first year there was no real superstar in the finals.
See, and
Because
I
even when you think about
Or a budding superstar.
no, because when you think about because the small market thing is not real to me because the Suns and the Bucks when they played, niggas was watching Chris Paul, Giannis, people
no,
cared.
that was one of the lowest rated ones of all time.
No, it was, but it still had two superstars. This shit is worse than that.
Well, I think that so so
Okay.
so so for me, I don't understand. I guess a lot less people like basketball than I originally thought.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's a fact.
Because I thought basketball was this big phenomenon that people just because like when I look at OKC in Indiana,
I'm watching
I don't
you.
I don't necessarily think I'm not going to say they remind me of the Spurs, but they play basketball in a way that if you play basketball, it's great to look at. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
way that they share
For
the
sure.
ball, the movement, like it's just like, oh, this is the way basketball should be. But if you're not into basketball and the nuances of the game, it's just like, yo, this is boring. Like, like I need somebody to go for 50 right now.
yeah.
And so like going back to that finals that you brought up, it was weird to me that people didn't watch that finals because Giannis was a two-time MVP, defensive player of the year. Chris Paul is Chris Paul. Devin Booker, the media at that time were talking about, is he
Yeah,
the
he's
new
the next
Kobe?
Kobe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like so you would have thought people would have watched that. You know what I mean? Whereas with
I
this
ain't gonna.
series,
Hey,
you got the MVP. Like literally the dude that won MVP is in this series. So just off of that
that is a good
alone,
point.
I would think that people would be like, let me check out this SGA. Like, I know he won the MVP. Like, let me just look at it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's the simple fact that casual watchers like myself been turned off for about 3 years now, and the NBA has to fix it because nobody want. Everybody fell off when the NBA started scoring 2,000 points a game. Like that's when everybody stopped caring. I know that's when I
Okay.
stopped caring. Once the game started, oh yo, you got the Nuggets versus the Jazz, and it's 135 to 152. Like I'm not watching this goofy shit. And I'm a casual, so I know like most people are casual fans. Real Americans are football and baseball, and then you have everybody else that loved basketball have picked a side. It's like, all right, either I can watch trash ass 3-point shooting, no drives, no dunks,
Well, well,
spotty
see, Cups,
defense.
but see, Cups, that's what confuses me. What Jack just said confuses me, because, for example, when we talk about baseball, right? Like everybody wants the home runs, analytics is like, yo, home
Oh, you
run or
pooped.
strikeout, whatever. Like,
Good job, buddy. Bring me the
then you
wings.
got football, who used to be allowed to be physical with the wide receivers. Patriots against Colts and all that kind of stuff. But then they took that away so
Yeah.
that offenses could score more. So if we wanted more scoring in different sports, why don't we want more scoring in the NBA?
Because it's not as fun in the NBA. It's not fun to watch somebody like Ant go up for a dunk and everybody just clear out. That's not fun.
Well, I
Not fun
mean,
to
but
watch.
that's the internet too, because whoever he dunk on gonna be a meme for the next couple months.
Yeah, but we respect you because
True.
you tried it. Oh, by the way, I'm not by my phone. My son is, so if you see a rapid movement, it's him.
Well, my thing is 2-5. I think that we are in a transitional period in the NBA. When the NFL, because the NFL, you might not think it was always necessarily a passing league, but passing was always a part of the
Mhm.
game. And I'm trying to vocalize it, but I think people are not enjoying basketball the way that it was, because I don't want to necessarily say it's in a experimental phase, but it's really moving away from the way the game was traditionally played. And I feel like people have to get used to where the game is going, because again, when you go back and look at me and my dog Sherlock, we, like I said, he's from Richmond. So I mean, we went to high school and all that shit together. So when we be together, we watch film. We went back and we watched 2004, 2003, 2002 Shaq. When Kobe would pass him the rock, if he wasn't within distance to turn around and slam dunk, he was kicking that shit back out to the top of the key immediately. So it's like, when you think about where the game is and people say positionless basketball, I think to say that giving the center more room to roam around the court as positionless basketball or not good basketball, I feel like that's unfair to say,
Well, I think
I don't
because
don't
the skill
think
level is
I don't think that's
inevitably
it
going to
though.
get
I don't
better.
think that's why we say that. We say positionless basketball because of the Miami Heat and them doing that small ball rotation, which translated to everybody else slowly but surely adapting that same way of playing. And now it's like, even when I think about like a center or something, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, if Shaq wasn't technically like gonna get his guaranteed buckets, he was passing it back out. That's just because that's the way the Phil Jackson system worked. But we also have to remember, like, Shaq in Orlando was a goddamn animal, bro. He was like Giannis. It's just people be
Absolutely,
forgetting
for
that
sure.
shit. Like, niggas be like, "Oh, Shaq is ass if he can't do this, this, and this," and it's like, nah. He just realized I'm better than everybody when it comes to being underneath this paint. So I
right.
don't have to do all that extra shit that I was doing in Orlando. Plus, I have a magical goose named Kobe Bryant that does everything that Penny could do, plus more. But when it comes to basketball nowadays, I say stuff like this, right? Look at look at LeBron and the Spurs, right? When LeBron and the Spurs played, we weren't just watching a game of chuckers. Even if you go to the Golden State with KD versus Bron and them, it wasn't just, oh, they're shooting threes, they're shooting threes. Like, defense was being played. It was fun. You actually were like, dang, I don't know who's gonna win this. Now, okay, I'll tell you what. I give you a different series. That Rockets Golden State series was ass to me because that's what basketball is now. Shoot, 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 and hope that we can just outshoot everybody. And that's what that Rockets Golden State series looked like. Unless I have revisionist history, 2-5.
No. I agree with that 100%. And I think for me, to continue on that thought, to me, it's not even necessarily that. It's just the fact that, like
Leave
you
it
kind
on.
of said it, like it's the fact that everybody's doing it. So like you got to do that. Say like Rudy Gobert, right? And nobody's going to argue that Rudy Gobert is this great basketball player. You know what I mean? But what I am going to argue is that he's like 7'1", 7'2", and usually has somebody on him that's smaller than him that he could just turn around and hit a hook shot over or get close. You know what I mean? And you don't even take advantage of that. Like you don't even try to.
They don't even
And
try.
and I think that's the problem is because like a lot of these teams don't have their own identities. It's just like you said, it's just like when you were playing the Warrior. All right, coach, my bad. Like when you playing the Warrior, like when you playing the Warriors back in the day, everybody's thought was, yo, let's outshoot them. And I've always thought like, hey, look, even your best 3-point shooting team collectively is going to shoot under 40%, you know,
Correct.
as a team. So punish them. You know what I'm saying? Make them lose their legs defending you in the post.
Which is exactly that's why I think that when people talk about the Bulls versus the Warriors, I'm like, the Bulls will win. Because the Warriors have to shoot lights out every time.
I don't know. That's tough, man.
It is tough because the Warriors happen to actually be a good team. They're not just a bunch of chuckers. Like they were actually good at defense and they had multiple.
With KD, that's gonna be tough, dog.
I think that the Bulls beat them because
Mike came just in time.
I don't see everybody. I don't see everybody just dominating like that. Like niggas don't remember that Dennis Rodman could actually score. They just remember him being old and getting rebounds and playing defense. They don't remember like, dog, that nigga on the Pistons was a scorer. So if you take the Bulls,
Cowboy Mike, how much did the Worm average in the finals?
2 points.
Talking about Dennis with the Bulls or with the Pistons?
With the Bulls, he averaged 2 points.
Dennis with the Bulls.
Yeah, I've always said that Dennis was way better. They give him so much credit with the Bulls, but he was way better as a Piston, like Jack is saying.
Hey, so what do y'all think in a season? What do you think Dennis Rodman's career high average in points is?
It's probably like
in
8.
One season, his career is
Probably
18
13.
or 19, right? Or is it 21?
What you think, Mike?
I think it's 21.
I think it's 8.
11.6.
Okay, it's 11.6. But his game high is what?
All right, let's see.
I think his game high is it 30 or 40?
I don't even remember Dennis Rodman scoring 40. That's nuts. His career high is 34.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was 30 or 40. But yeah, like I said, like if you had to get the Worm involved, like he can score, he just doesn't.
Well, I've always said that. I've always said that, and this is the part where you cover your ears, Mike. I always say that like Dennis Rodman should have been Finals MVP in that series against Seattle, but he didn't score, so people were like, "You can't be Finals MVP if you don't have points."
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the way that I looked at TJ McConnell. Like, you know, if the Pacers would have won that series, like he didn't average the most points, you know, most rebounds, most assists, or anything like that. But he was just so impactful that he probably won 2 games for them in that series. And you saw what he was doing last night before OKC pulled away.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
he tried to will him to another win.
See, Mike, coach trying to mess with you now, man.
What coach said?
He said nobody beating that Golden State team.
Oh, okay.
Because Cowboy Mike, my question is, who's gonna cover KD? And
Pippen.
then whoever covers KD, who's gonna have to cover?
But again, I always tell y'all this shit.
Jordan covers Clay, or actually Jordan covers Steph. Pippen covers KD, or you can put Dennis Rodman on KD.
And don't forget they have Ron Harper.
Yeah, but if Ron Harper's probably gonna check them. But the question is, it's like who's gonna check MJ? That's the real question that nobody can ever answer.
Nobody.
Klay Thompson
not checking MJ. He's gonna do good, but
he couldn't even guard. He couldn't even guard over Kobe. Imagine if he got to guard MJ. And 96.
Oh, coach said let him in.
Nobody's keeping you out, coach.
I got you, coach.
Nobody's stopping you, bro.
I got you, coach.
I think that I don't know. Like it just depends. Like, because I know I don't want to do the excuse thing, but like, what rules are we playing under? Because that matters too. You know what I mean? Like, are we playing under today's rules, Are we playing under like 90s rule? Like, what are we playing under? Because that determines how the game is dictated and played.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah,
even
I understand. I mean, I think
so look, if you play 90s rules, then it gives a clear advantage to the Bulls because they already did it. If you open everything up, then you just free up a bunch of shit, and the Bulls still win. Like, bottom line, the Bulls are gonna win, bro. The
Well,
Warriors are
it's
gonna
just
get a
hard
couple
for me
games.
to imagine, like when you're talking about switching screens and stuff like that. It's hard for me to imagine Luke Longley, you know what I mean, or Bill Winnington getting over the screen to affect something. Like, that's hard for me to imagine. What
Okay.
yeah,
up,
that would make
Coach?
kind of tough. 'Cause I feel like Oceanside gave Luke Longley problems, and he was not even close to a athletic center.
Hear me?
And I don't think the Bulls
Yeah,
have
we hear you.
anybody that I don't think they have anybody on the
You
front
guys.
line that can abuse Draymond, though. Not saying that Draymond is this all-world defender or whatever, but I just don't think they have anybody to take advantage of a matchup or a height advantage.
What about
Again, they're gonna go back to who's gonna guard Jordan.
Can y'all hear me?
MJ would have found his way to Draymond.
Yeah, we got you, Coach.
Yeah, we hear you.
You know, I'm 49. I'll be 50 in September. And it just behooves me how we think this Bulls team can just, like I say all the time, with the evolution of ball handling and the 3-point shot, it's no way they will be able to compete with that Golden State team. You got a 7-footer that doesn't have to go inside. You got a 7-footer that you're gonna have to foul. You're gonna foul out in the third or fourth. You're gonna foul out in the third or early fourth quarter just guarding them. Does Jordan have handles like any of those guys? Will Jordan be able to make a 3 like those guys? Now Jordan is gonna get points, but come on, man. Steph Curry is gonna destroy them dudes. I mean, we talk about the greatest shooter ever. Like, who's gonna D that up? You think Dennis Rodman got 10 fouls to give? He doesn't. And Draymond is just as crafty as he is, just not gay. And Draymond just don't do all that gay stuff. You know, pardon my fun.
That's crazy.
No, I'm just saying. Draymond is the same.
My boy Worm ain't gay, man. He was just free.
Yeah.
All right, he ain't Carmen Electra, man. He wasn't
That's what
gay.
they call it. Hey, that's what they call it now, 2025. But I'm just like, man, that 2017 team. I mean, my guys.
And Sean Livingston?
No, Livingston wasn't on that team.
You got Klay Thompson.
Oh, word.
You got Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. Guys, come on. I just don't.
So what about the Warriors before KD?
No, absolutely not. But the Warriors with KD, 2-5. That's a juggernaut. I mean, people that team don't get talked about enough, man. I mean, that was a cartoon team. I mean, like if KD and Klay stays healthy against Toronto, that's another chip.
It could be,
KD
but I mean,
do in that game when he went down. That game when KD went down, he scored.
They were down 3-1 at that point.
He scored every bucket before he went down, man.
I know.
He didn't miss a shot.
They were down 3-1 in that game.
So what's gonna happen when the Bulls double team KD and Steph Curry got to do it by himself? We already seen he can't do it by
That's
himself.
gonna shoot the lights out. That's what's gonna happen.
No, it's not.
He's gonna make
Why
threes. That's what's
why
gonna
did you do
happen.
it against the Raptors?
You're not gonna be able to do that. You're not gonna be able to.
Why did he do it against the Raptors when KD and Klay went
You'd
down?
be better off trying to double Steph.
Nah, I've seen stuff. The more shots.
Pick your poison, man. Pick your poison.
No, I'm serious. The more shots Steph Curry shoots is the better.
Pick your
The better
poison.
for me.
Oh, now you're trying to use my Halliburton argument against me?
Bro,
Nope.
when
just saying
Curry
the
switched from the 1
playoffs,
to the 2.
you've seen when Steph Curry has to jack up a lot of shots. It's not pretty. Now he
When
plays
Curry switched from the
Dallas
1
Mike.
to the 2, and you got to start chasing him around the court, it's over, bro. It's slow.
Dallas Mike.
We're not gonna chase. We're not gonna switch everything.
Dallas Mike. The physical defense back then, compared to the rules and everything, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to stay in front of those guys. You're going to foul out. You're going to.
I don't know, Coach.
They're gonna pay the passing lanes. Y'all
all right,
forget how
hold up, Coach. Hold up, Coach. So now that we're playing this out in my head. So now that we're playing this out in my head, Houston took them to 7.
It took who? 2017 Warren?
With Clint Capella and CP3 and James Harden.
It doesn't matter. They lost.
Well, they lost because Chris Paul got hurt.
I understand what you're saying, man. Oh my God, they still would have lost 2-5.
Bro, they missed 27 straight threes. Chris Paul ain't letting that happen. Not even because he's going to score.
That's a great point.
Better shots.
I forgot all about that.
Listen,
you think they don't last year with the Bulls?
After Scottie Pippen
in
and
a
Mike,
series.
who you got, man? After Scottie Pippen and Mike, who do you have?
What do you mean? Who do you have? Tony Kukoc? You got Kukoc?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Are we serious?
Don't
Are you serious?
Hey, Coach got so disgusted with that.
What are we talking about? Like, Kukoc is a Hall of Famer. That's my check.
Yo, 2-5. We're not dogging. I mean, Dallas Mike, we're not dogging Tony Kukoc, but come on, man. Let's keep it on the level.
He'll be a factor. He'll be a factor in that. He was a factor in that.
Hey, Mike said you don't want Steph to get chased by Randy Brown.
Come on, yo, Randy Brown defense was crazy. Or Scott Burrell. We got fouls too.
They go to shooting right there. Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr too.
Steve Kerr gotta listen. Steve Kerr gotta be wide open. Steve Kerr cannot create his own three.
And you know Steve Kerr is lethal.
Steve Kerr cannot create
lethal with the Bulls and with the Spurs.
Hey, Steve Kerr is a 40% shooter.
Off the dribble.
He's a 40%.
Do you agree with that, Dallas Mike? Steve Kerr cannot create a 3 off the dribble.
He can. All the 3 in a row.
Dude, stop.
I watched him do it. I watched him do it with the Bulls. Go back and watch Steve Kerr film.
Even 2-5. Even 2-5.
Hey, look, Steve Kerr cannot do. Look, what coach is asking, Mike, you know what he's asking, and Steve Kerr cannot do.
You said off the dribble. All Steve Kerr gonna do is
he said off the dribble, but you know what he's asking. He cannot create a shot.
Basically, what he's saying is, can Steve Kerr do what Stephen Clay do?
Exactly.
Not to the same level.
Agree or not agree, 2-5. Steve Kerr was John Paxson squared. John Paxson 0.2.
I thought Steve Kerr could move a little better than John Paxson.
Steve Kerr was. He was John Paxson 2.0.
No, but Steve
can't
Kerr's
create
not
a shot.
breaking
He has
down
to
the
be open
and penetrating, though. You know what I mean? And he's not pulling up. Like, he's not bringing the ball up.
Steve Kerr is Kyle Korver. He's literally Kyle Korver.
Yeah, he is Kyle Korver. I do.
To sit here and try to compare him to Steph Curry is unreal. It's ridiculous.
All right, so let me switch this up a little bit. Let me switch it up a little bit. What if we don't go Pistons with Rodman and we bring Horace Grant into the equation?
No, they lose.
Oh, you really?
They lose against those teams, I think. Because B.J. Armstrong, they're not. Nah.
But what about?
They're gonna be in trouble for sure.
Thompson?
Hey, B.J. Armstrong was an all-star.
Yeah, B.J. Armstrong. Hey, don't sleep on him now.
No, I'm just saying.
Iowa's finest
for his defense, though. I would take Ron Harper defense over B.J. Armstrong.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I 100% take Ron Harper for
absolutely.
sure.
Yeah,
you talk about injuries, man. Ron Harper was on his way.
He definitely was.
In 7 games, Jordan got to have a godlike performance in all 7.
Which he will.
I mean,
he will.
I mean, he averaged what?
Jordan averaged 40.
41.
He averaged 40.
Easily. He averaged 31 for the playoff period. That's for career. What about the fact that MJ hasn't talked about it?
Coach, this is the thing, though, right? So when Jordan was playing, right, you know, he was going up against like your Gary Paytons and people like that. You know what I mean? Ain't none of the Warriors that, as far as talking about.
Yeah,
so he's going to get off. But the difference is what you said is that Jordan's not hitting, I don't know, 7 threes a game or something like that.
Come on, man.
So that might be where Warriors get the advantage.
Y'all know that go to state teams always get cold after a while. They may come out and get one or two big lights out.
What type of?
That's why I said it in a game. In a 7-game series, if Golden State is not 100% on every game, it's the Bulls easily because the twos are gonna suffice.
You got three guys. You got a choice. You got three guys.
But if we're being honest, you only need to stop either KD or Steph. Clay is not guaranteed to go off.
We know you're going to put Pippen on KD, but come on, man. You think Pippen is going to shut down KD for 7 games?
Pippen don't get tired.
I know, but he's not going to shut KD down.
So I don't know if Pippen would shut down KD in the sense
I ain't gonna
of,
say he shut him down, but he
Yeah,
can
yeah,
keep
I don't
KD
think-
at 25.
yeah,
He
I
can
don't
keep
I
him
don't think
there.
Pippen I don't think
Only
Pippen is
25?
holding I don't think Pippen is holding KD.
We're not. Hey, if you could keep KD at 25, shut down Clay completely, and make Steph have to work his heart out for them threes.
Guys, I got to go. I'm in the training. They're sneaking up on me. I'll holler at you.
All right,
Love you
All
guys.
right.
Peace.
peace. But no, I'm not saying that Pippen would hold KD to 12 points. KD could get his 25, but it's probably going to be something like 9 for 25.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. That's what I'm saying. If you can get
That's what
KD
keeps
to
the Bulls
stop
in
at
the game.
25, and then you get Clay, you can shut Clay. I don't care what nobody says. You can shut down a Clay Thompson. So that's easy. You put Ron Harper on Clay. You put Jordan on Steph.
All right, so let's get back to where we were. So you know, my man SGA with the 8 for 27. You know, and I guess he was trying to impersonate Kobe in Game 7.
Hey, don't disrespect Kobe like that.
You know what I'm saying? But he had the 12 assists. You know what I'm saying? He led the series in blocks. You know,
I'm gonna be honest with you, 2-5.
People don't talk about his defense.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. From what you showed me the other day and last night, I don't like SGA, and I think he's overrated trash.
Jesus.
You don't think he's good at all?
Well, you know, I mean, he's the only person since
I'm
Jordan.
I'm just talking.
I was gonna say
shit,
he's
man.
the only person since Jordan to average 30 on at least 50% in 3 straight seasons.
He does get a lot of good. He does have a lot of blocks too. I didn't realize that until the series.
Oh, he's like D Wade.
Well,
Yeah, he's definitely like similar to D Wade. Very
I
savvy.
think in the regular season he finished like 1 or 2 blocks behind Giannis.
That's tough.
Yeah, I ain't know it was like that. That's dope.
He got those backside blocks that you don't really see coming. Pause. That's not crazy.
Well, because a lot of people don't watch basketball for real, so like they talk about all the free throw merchant stuff and that type of stuff, but they ignore.
You can't say free throw merchant if you were a fan of James Harden. Just shut up. You know, anybody that says that and they're a fan of James Harden, just shut up. Because stop.
Well, but that's why I'm confused though, because superstar calls have always existed. Like now he be doing some crazy shit, I admit. But you know what I mean? But every superstar or best player in the league or MVP that we ever watched
get something,
Get something. You know what I mean?
I don't get, like act like he's not gonna get calls. He earned those calls. I told you it's when he gets them. It's like the shot clock is down to 3, like bailout calls. He running into guys just throwing his arms up. I don't like those type of calls. I don't mind the regular just usually playing ball.
That, but I just wish people had that energy when D Wade was doing it.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
D Wade definitely was doing
it. I feel like D Wade did it at a good clip though. He did
it.
You know
what I think it boils down to? So we keep talking about small market, right?
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things that SGA didn't come into the league as like this LeBron, Jordan, Carmelo type, Luka type hype or whatever. So it's the same way that people are treating the Pacers. It would always be, oh, this is over, this is over, and nobody would give the Pacers a chance. I think that's what they're doing with SGA. Like, you're not that good. You weren't like the number 1 overall pick, or you weren't a top 5 pick. So I think people are they're just refusing, you know what I'm saying, to give him that credit or whatever.
I can see that.
But he won the MVP. He won the Finals MVP. I mean, I hope they do. You know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing that y'all used to do to Jokic when I used to call y'all racist. It's
Let
the
me
same.
ask y'all this.
It's the same thing.
If the Pacers and the Thunder are in the finals next year,
are you excited?
No,
I am.
I'm not.
Does that mean
I want the Bulls to be there?
No, because Boston not going to be a full team.
You said it yourself. This was great basketball. So
why would I enjoyed the series. I'm just saying I want the Bulls to be there.
So why would I not want to watch it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I want Chicago to be there. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yuck! The
But
Bulls are
maybe,
never gonna
but
be
maybe
great
next
again.
year. Well, maybe if that is the finals next year, maybe people will watch it
What time?
because like now, if it's a back-to-back type thing, then it's like, hey, maybe these guys are good.
Yeah, we might get Giannis too. So you never know.
Hey, I was wondering if Giannis is gonna end up in Houston still.
With KD?
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
nasty.
because
I don't want to
because
see
when
that.
you look at the little bit that Houston gave up to get KD, I thought they were gonna have to give up more.
Good time. Me too.
Yeah, but is
But we'll take your time.
is Milwaukee going to give up KD? I mean, Giannis, knowing that he's gonna go team up with KD, and more than likely they're gonna
It's gonna
run
take
some
a Star
shit.
Thompson.
As long as they get picks, I don't think they give a fuck. But also the other part that I just thought about it, my bad, Cups, as you were saying that, what triggered in my mind was if I'm Giannis, Halliburton just got hurt. I'm looking at the East like you food now.
Yeah.
Halliburton hurt,
facts.
Tatum hurt. Like I'm looking at y'all like y'all food.
Oh,
But my thing is, who do they retain though? Like, are they gonna lose Lopez and Bobby Portis
I think they lose Lopez
and
for
Gary
sure.
Trent
I think
Jr.?
they lose Lopez for sure, just because you got to get younger anyway. Because I think he's the same age as KD. So,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and he doesn't do what KD does. So, so I think Lopez is gone. Portis, I think you would like to keep because even though he's a big forward, he's one of those McConnell kind of guys.
Oh, big time. I love Bobby Portis.
Yeah, like you
Another ex-Bull. They got away.
probably try to get rid of Kuzma, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you have to get rid of Kuzma.
Kevin Porter played well, so maybe you re-sign him.
True. He definitely did. He played. I didn't think he was that good. He played really well.
Down the pike.
I like Andre Jackson.
Coming down the
Doc
pike.
don't like him apparently.
Me too.
I like
Daniel
him.
Gafford.
Yeah, they don't want to play him for some reason.
Gafford just signed a 3-year, $60 million extension.
Who's that?
With the Mavs?
over here.
Who?
Yes.
What?
Who'd you?
I thought Gafford was on the move.
Say?
Okay.
Wait, who?
3 years, $60 million.
Daniel Gafford, you said?
Oh.
I don't think that means that he stays.
Former Bull.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, get your money and we'll work a sign and trade because, because we did the same thing with Chris Middleton today. We paid him, and I can't imagine he's going to play the full season as we're starting year 3 of a rebuild.
Yeah.
I think that player option over $33 million. That was nice.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I don't think that means Gafford is staying. Like, maybe they hold on to him to the trade deadline, but I don't know if he finishes the season in Dallas.
Yeah, I got them taken for sure.
Because they need a guard because Kyrie ain't going to be back until January.
Exactly.
February.
That's why it's speculation that they probably won't draft Cooper Flag, which would be a shocker for one.
But
you say it would be a shocker if they do or don't.
I think they won't draft him. I think they will go guard.
I don't know, man. They
Where
better
does Ace
draft
Bailey
Cooper
go?
Flag like that. That Dallas, those fans already want to kill Nico as it is.
But again, that feeds into the narrative of them leaving.
It does.
I'm telling you, Mark Cuban is always 10 steps ahead of the game. Like, I watched documentaries on Mark Cuban buying the team and talking about how, he was somehow how he didn't want to pay, these players all this money. He's like, I only have a couple businesses that are really, really work. You said what now?
He's not the owner anymore.
I know that's
He's
the
got
point.
a little piece of it though. But I do like Mark Cuban though. Mark Cuban is like that dude. I do like him as a businessman.
That's what I was talking
he bought his own town in Texas.
That's what I was talking about.
So what that
that's what I was talking about on 2-5 Daily today. I was like, are we looking at a scenario where with all this talk about Memphis being this dangerous city all of a sudden or whatever, like, are we looking at a Dallas, Memphis, or a Memphis, New Orleans, like on the move to Seattle or Vegas?
I think so.
Yes,
they like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. is one of their do boys. He don't say that for no reason.
Pick it up.
That was said
I don't
for a
think
reason.
he was supposed to say Jimmy Butler's name as one of the sources, though.
Me either.
I mean, but I was like, Jimmy Butler done played in Chicago and Miami and grew up in Houston. I know he ain't talking about dangerous.
Yeah, I don't see Jimmy.
I would like to see the Memphis Grizzlies go to Seattle. Maybe get a new name like Vancouver Grizzlies.
What's wrong with
Maybe.
Memphis?
We can bring back Raheem and Big Country. You know, like it'll be dope.
Michael
Memphis
Dickerson.
Grizzlies. I mean, yeah, man.
Come on now, Greg Anthony.
Come on, man.
Yo, that was my team
Come on,
on NBA
Come
Hang
on,
Time.
Hey,
man.
they got some of the best uniforms in sports, man.
Big Country Reeves.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, I used to love those
Brian
uniforms.
Reeves. Bow, bow. Him and Sharif. That was an
Yeah.
unstoppable force.
Take your time, boo boo. Take your time.
Isn't
That was
Sharif
a-
like the commissioner of the G League or something now?
I have no idea, but
I think something
know
like
he
that.
still has money.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he's the president of the G League.
Side note,
Yeah.
Five. How do you feel about Shit, I lost my train of thought.
Damn.
That's rough. I know what I'm talking about. I can't think of her name right now. She's a fighter. Roxanne Perez.
Oh, I love Roxanne Perez.
Oh, okay.
She the future. She's the future, bro. So like with the draft coming up,
I think
In-
Roman
in-
Reigns is
in
about to
2
come back, by
days.
the way.
huh?
I said I think Roman Reigns is coming back, by the way.
He should get off the
There you go.
vacation,
Get that out
punk
there.
ass. But you know what I mean? But like what teams
Danny Wolf, new Celtic.
Yuck.
I could see somebody reaching on him before that. Like I wonder if Boston could get Kalkbrenner out of Creighton to be the Porzingis replacement. You know, but I was gonna say, what teams do y'all see that could move up in the draft?
The Hawks.
Hawks.
They got to.
They got to make a move, bro. Like,
I don't know how far they. I don't know
gotta
how
make a
far
move.
they can get though. Because
Get that out tomorrow.
I don't know.
What do they attach if it's not Trey, and it's not going to be Ricochet? What do they attach to the pick that would make a team want to move with him?
Maybe a 3-team.
Maybe because I would say Jalen Johnson if he wasn't coming off the injury.
Injury, yeah. And then they just let Hunter go for nothing. It's like, I was confused. Like them letting Hunter go and them like, Johnson getting hurt and then they didn't get anything for John Collins. I just like, bro, what are y'all doing? Like you botched that
If
tremendously.
Denver doesn't move
And then they
up,
still got Clint Capella on the roster. Like, what's really the goal?
if
Yeah, it was like that's what I feel like. What's really the goal? Like,
I don't know because Capella's probably gone. I don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck Kobe Buffkin's doing. You know,
Can we stop naming our kids Kobe?
but
All of them suck.
so Phoenix. So you know what's funny about this Phoenix trade is that the pick that they got from Houston was theirs originally anyway.
wow, that's crazy.
Let me get that back, brother.
That is wild, dog.
So what kind of who could be in the market for Jalen Green?
I don't know if there is one because the world that we live in today is so and I always tell y'all this, like, we overreact to everything. Like that was Jalen Green's first time in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And
Literally.
yeah, he played like
Literally.
shit, no doubt about it. There's no way around it. Like he had 38 one game. The rest of the series outside of that game, he averaged 9 points. So
Yeah, I think he may have been in the doghouse too. That's what it started to feel like
Yeah.
to me. Like,
yeah. So I don't know who's like you would like to think that maybe somebody like Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Just because I know that they tried to trade Mikal Bridges for Jalen Green at one point before he ended up on the Knicks. But outside of that, I don't know who would really like if you're Milwaukee, do you take a shot with him? If you're trying to keep Giannis?
why not?
Oh.
Why not, yo? He's super talented, and like you said, he's super
Yeah,
young.
he's 23.
He's worth taking. Even if he's not going to be your main scorer, he can at least contribute.
Yeah, I would shoot. If I could take Jalen Green over Kyle Kuzma, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer for me.
If I could trade for Kyle Kuzma, if I could ship Kyle Kuzma to Phoenix and they'll take him and I can get Jalen Green in return.
Well, see,
Yeah.
the problem though is that it's all about timing, right? So he's coming due for that rookie extension. You know what I mean? So that could probably be a part of why he doesn't have this super healthy market, because people don't want to pay him that extension money.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing. Didn't who was that caught up
Justin
like that?
Fields.
Didn't Jaren Jackson kind of, well, I don't know, is he still getting paid or not? I heard they say he wasn't
Yeah,
getting
he's
paid either.
eligible right now, but I don't know. Mikal Bridges is eligible for, I think it's 5 years, 146 or something like that.
Woo!
So
That's a lot of bread,
that's what I'm
dog.
saying. So I think with Jalen Green, if this was last year, maybe you make that move and you're like, all right, you're on a year trial. Let me see what it looked like, and now I'll pay you, versus he's going to
Yeah,
come in expecting to get paid now.
big facts. I do agree.
And y'all said Miles Bridges or Mikal Bridges
Mikal.
was about to be up for it. And you think he's about to get paid more?
No,
than
I'm
Lowry?
just saying that's what he's
Or that's-
eligible for. I don't think he's going to get it, but that's what he's eligible for.
No, I don't think he will either.
Like, if anything, I would think he's more likely to get traded than to get that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, because I mean,
Nick still ain't got a coach either.
yeah,
That's
Nick
crazy.
still don't have a coach.
I was just about to ask, what direction are the Knicks?
Well, they've
going?
been trying to talk to all these coaches that got jobs, but the teams keep telling them no. So I think Mike said that maybe they were waiting for Carlisle.
So when we think about what their roster looks like currently, not even necessarily what kind of coach, but it's like, can they bring back the same? Can they bring back the same production? Will they be able to replicate the same success that they had in this preseason, in this season that we just had?
Well, I would like to think that they're going to hire a coach that runs an offense. You know what I mean? And to tie two things together real quick, that was kind of what I think Jalen Green ran into, because Ime is more of a defensive coach, and so it doesn't necessarily run sets in that way. So there was only there was a cap on what Jalen Green could be there anyway, probably. So with the Knicks, Tibbs doesn't necessarily run an offensive system. What up, Lethal? Said they don't. They need somebody that's going to unlock something, because the Knicks have the talent. You just got to unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
But they, I mean,
I agree. I think that I think Carl played better than he's played, his career. I think it's probably his best season.
Yeah.
I think in the playoffs he didn't shoot that many threes. So I'm optimistic. I know people don't like him like that, but I think he's super talented. I think he was way more focused than he has been. What's always been my kind of gripe is to get focused and to stop shooting so many threes.
Yeah. Well, he's one of those dudes that is really talented, but people created a narrative around him and they just won't budge off that narrative.
Exactly. He's played well. You got to give him his credit. I hate people that kind of pigeonhole you into a role, or what they expect from you, and you exceed that, and it's like nobody said a word.
Right. Right. The Suns, Lethal, the Suns. Yeah. And that's why they have to be very careful, because with the East the way that it is next year, there's absolutely no excuse for them to not get to the finals next year.
Yeah, it's definitely set up for the Knicks. I mean,
with the team intact, I think they run through it personally.
Well, I don't know, because they had trouble with Detroit this year. You know what I mean? In Detroit, from what I was reading, Detroit got interest in Trash Pile Turner.
Shout out to Miles, but it's like
Miles played bad this series. I was disappointed.
Yeah. But like I was saying, though, I mean, the Knicks is a healthy team. Detroit is a healthy team. You would like to say that the Hawks bringing back who is it? Jalen Johnson.
Ooh.
You would like to think bringing him back would affect something.
Orlando just picked up T-Rex.
Yes.
Yeah, they got
I don't.
T-Rex
You
on.
know what? That's another spot I thought I think will probably move up too is
Yeah.
Orlando.
And then you got damn, it was just on the tip of my tongue too. Pause. Damn, I can't think of who is it? It'll come back to me.
For Orlando?
No. I already said Orlando.
Another team.
Cleveland. There you go.
Oh,
We
Cleveland.
forgot all about them.
Oh yeah, Cleveland's gonna be a healthy team.
Yeah, true. I forgot about Cleveland. Do they keep him on? Do they put Amadi Bates in the anytime rotation this year? Like, I feel like he just wasting away.
I don't know. We're gonna have to see. You know, but
One of those mysteries that's like, man, he must have pissed somebody off because I can't see why he's not on the floor. Getting something about minutes.
They said that Cleveland was one of the wild card teams last minute that tried to get KD.
Okay.
That would have been tough.
That would have been crazy. I ain't hold you. And I thought they had enough players to pull it off.
Because they wouldn't have had to take nobody off the floor.
No, they wouldn't.
Spider,
well, no, they would. Garland was going to be in the deal.
Yeah, so it would have been Spider, Mobley, and Allen on the floor, gang. With KD.
To me, again, I'm gonna start. I'm starting Hunter going into the season. I'm not gonna let him be on the bench. I like their nucleus with Jerome Powell, and I don't know if he's gonna resign or not, but I'm definitely gonna get rid of Okoro for sure.
Yep.
But I like Dean Wade, I like Sam Merrill,
yep.
and I like Jerome Powell. That's a nice mixture to kind of play with Imani Bates.
Talking about Ty Jerome?
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
White dude.
Yep. I just don't know. Like it's just hard for me to think that a Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland backcourt is going to take you somewhere.
Unless they
it's definitely not going anywhere.
Unless they had a superstar in the
I don't care
court.
who they add. Yeah. Like I just think that backcourt one isn't going to stop anybody defensively.
Yeah, that's the problem. They can't stop anybody.
Yeah, like
they're not big enough. That's why I said you got to start Hunter. You got to have somebody to play with them if they're going to be on the floor.
Like
you have to have a crazy front line.
Like if you're going to do that, like as far as have those two kind of guys together, then you probably need like a KCP type dude.
Yep, definitely.
You know, because Mobley, you know, he won Defensive Player of the Year. You know, are they gonna be able to keep Jared Allen? You know what I mean? So you're gonna need that wing. So that's where somebody like Okoro could pay off for them, but he just doesn't offer you anything offensively.
No.
I'd take Jared Allen in Beantown.
Now that'd be a game changer for sure.
KP, you know what I'm saying?
That'd be a game changer for sure, bro.
A shit show. You know what I'm saying? Let them play in the down year.
Yeah,
when Tatum come back, he'll already be in full swing.
Dog, that'd be crazy. That's a super booster.
You know,
like I'm tripping. Is Horford finally kind of letting it go?
Who?
No, I think he said he coming back, bro.
Another year, okay. All right. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I just don't think I can rely on him, like I used to. I think the role he's played, up until this point. Still good locker room guy too. He always
I mean, next year gonna be a lost season, so I don't know why he would come.
Miles Turner with Miles Turner was in the finals was the 7th leading scorer for the Pacers.
Trash. Humiliating. I give the credit to Hartenstein though. Hartenstein played excellent defense.
What is he like? 6'11"
Excellent
or so? Miles Turner.
He's
about 6'11".
Yeah.
He shot 37.7%.
Yeah. He forced Miles Turner into a lot. Every shot Miles Turner took was a tough shot. Other than them silly threes he was taking. Yeah. Literally. Every shot he took was a tough shot.
But I think
so I definitely get a credit to Hartenstein. And that's something you said in the offseason when they signed him. Was like, yo, that might be the move to just sit him over the top.
I do think I like Miles Turner to Detroit, though, now that I think about it a little bit.
I don't know. I don't think he's physical enough to be playing Detroit. You might lose a little more physicality.
You don't think he's an upgrade over Duren?
Nope.
Hmm.
I like Duren's toughness at least.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. I mean,
have we given what's wrong a nickname?
who?
What's good to be following everybody? I forgot his name.
Isaiah Stewart.
Stewart, yeah.
Beef Stew.
You gotta give him a nickname.
That's what they call him. They call him Beef Stew.
Oh, Beef Stew. Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
No, you know what? I just you saying that just made me think of this. The most egregious nickname I've ever heard is one of James Wiseman's nicknames is the Big Ticket.
What?
Why?
How you gonna still?
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's egregious.
No, bro. They need to never call him that ever again.
I bet you the Pacers would have loved to have had him in this series, though.
Yeah,
for sure.
100.
He would have probably did better
Him
than
and what's that? My guy from Kentucky, Isaiah Jackson, both tore their ACLs this year.
ACLs, yeah, it's crazy. Shout out to Tony Bradley, former Bull.
I think Halliburton is the fourth Pacer, just Pacer, that tore their Achilles or ACL this year.
Wow. They need a new medical staff ASAP.
Yeah, bro.
Well, that's the thing about those Achilles, right? Like or those calves, like it always comes back. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was talking about last night. One day I was in the gym, running some full court. I went up for a jump shot all by myself. Like I was at the free throw line. I went up, I came down, and I thought I heard something pop. So they told me I had a grade 2 calf strain, right? And then so me being a dumbass, like, you know, that was on like a Monday. So the next Monday, I was like, yo, I feel good, man. Like, ain't nothing wrong. I went out there. I took about 4 steps and that thing went ping, ping, ping. You know what I'm saying? Like, luckily I didn't tear anything, but I was like, I haven't played basketball since because I'm terrified.
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. Like, that's why I said I'll play half court. I'm not playing full court ever again. That's not ever gonna happen again.
You know what I mean? So it always comes back, man.
The last time I played, and I was playing pretty good though, believe it or not. Like my win wasn't even an issue. It was my left knee. Like I was like, nah.
Well, remember,
I'm like,
KD had like some time off before his happened.
Yeah, he did.
They told me. When I first got hurt, they told me 6 to 8 weeks, and I tried it in a week. And you know what I mean? So Halliburton didn't even take a game off. Like he just So it was and that was kind of what I said.
He had that sleeve on.
And that was what I said on Sports Reports the other night. I was like, you know, was this Halliburton's Willis Reed moment? But the only difference is Willis Reed was game 7. You know, Halliburton not do it again.
Exactly. I know it's tough. I was confused. I didn't know how hurt he was. I know he was hurt in that game, you know, like legitimately. I could tell he was really hurt. And then you come out the next game like nothing happened. I'm like, what did they do to get it back to that point?
He was hurt before that because I remember there was a game against the Knicks where he was limping out of the press conference. You know what I mean? So it was always there, but it probably just got worse.
Lingering. Yeah, progressively. Yeah, I think you're right.
But it's the finals, so you can't go sit down, you know?
No, I mean he gutted it out. Like I've earned. I don't think he's a superstar, but I've gained more respect from him as a player.
He came out firing like
he had 9 points early. I said, "Yo, it's about to be a good game." And then that shit happened. I was like, "Oh, it just took the air out of the building." They still kind of, you know, held it down, but then OKC was just too much.
They had to lead at halftime.
Yeah, they were just too much. Like you guys tip your hats to both teams, though. It was definitely a great series. Great for the league. I hope like the things we suggested them to do, they should do that in the offseason. Right. Like those guys should be everywhere. Everywhere. I mean, the buses did it was very alarming. I know 25 sent me that. I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Having the championship buses already made. Like, that was insane.
Yeah, and then Rick Carlisle had to talk about that, John. That was kind of crazy.
That John was
thinking
crazy.
About right now.
I'm telling you, man, like to make you just say, say aha.
I was shocked at how
somebody made that phone call, Cowboy Mike.
Somebody definitely made that phone call. You know
I was shocked at how well OKC dealt with Nesmith because you know, like he was always in foul trouble.
Oh man, Nesmith was cooking.
Well, my favorite play though is when TJ McConnell had crossed half court and Cason Wallace was literally holding his hand, and TJ was looking at the ref, and they stole the ball, and Lethal talking about, oh, the moment too big for him. Like, bro, he was holding his hand the whole time.
Come on, man. Like OKC they play physical, but they got away with a lot of calls, bro. I think game 6, I think Pacers they had all the calls. It wasn't even close.
They were the basketball.
But they got like those guards were fouling. Like Lou Dort was playing football, like literally.
They were the basketball version of the Legion of Boom. It's like literally, I'm gonna hack you, I'm gonna grab you. They can't call everything.
Yeah, they can't. That's what the thing it was. It was like they can't call everything. So I think they played great. I'm not gonna try to say they didn't play great. They played really good defense and good team defense. But they were getting away with a lot of craziness. I'm like, come on, fam. Like you can't. You gotta pick and choose what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You can't bail one team out and then on the other end you let them play football. It's like it's a really good series. Let both teams play if you're gonna do that. And then they couldn't stop Jalen Williams. It's like, yo, I didn't know Jalen Williams was this good. Maybe I'm bugging.
I don't think Jalen Williams knew Jalen Williams was this good.
Yeah, I mean, he had the Steve Smith. He bought the Steve Smith package out. I'm like, yo, I think he just, I feel like in the regular season he was selling for too many threes. Like, you think he didn't shoot that many threes? He might have shot a couple here and there in the Florida offense. But in the regular season, he was shooting too many of them, Joe. He got downhill and was like, he was looking like LeBron out there. Like, y'all can't stop me, bro. Locomotive.
Well, see, that's the good news for the Suns, right? Is that everybody's always trying to tank for these picks. J-Dub went number 12 in the draft.
See?
You know what I'm saying? SGA went like
he reminds me of more of a right-handed James Harden without the jump shot.
And without the foul baiting.
Yeah, facts.
Well,
facts.
Before we get out this, John fellas, I just got 2 questions. My first question is, so apparently OKC is the favorite out of the West next season, correct?
They should be.
Not the Lakers.
No, why would the Lakers be the favorite?
The Rockets will be number 2. Like, I mean, I'm not saying they'll finish number 2, but I think in the odds, I think they'll be second.
Okay. Cowboy Mike, I got one for you, big dog. We was talking about you didn't think Jalen Williams was this good.
No, I didn't think he was that good.
Would you take NBA champion Jalen Williams, or would you take NBA champion Jonathan?
I thought you were going to say Jaylen Brown.
I'm going Jalen Williams. Stop not being a person at the moment. I like Kuminga now, but I'm just saying I don't think Kuminga has a role. I don't think Kuminga has found himself a role yet. He's super talented.
How mad is Mike going to be?
Super talented.
How mad is Mike going to be the first time?
Don't do that shit.
You don't know what I'm about to say?
I thought you about to say we won't get neither one of them.
No, I wasn't going to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm about to say, don't do that to me, man. We got to get somebody.
How mad Mike going to be when Cup shares a video clip where somebody says SGA and J-Dub are the new Jordan and Pippen?
They already trying it. They already trying it. Talking about J-Dub can have a Pippen-like career. I'm like, come on, fam. Nobody. He's not Scotty. I'm not going to disrespect Scotty
like a game like that, though.
Never, though. Never. He never had an opportunity. I will say that too.
Yeah. But no, I think that I think that the Rockets are going to be overhyped in the odds.
They will be.
I think Dallas is going to be underhyped. If they get Cooper Flag, I think Dallas is going to be underhyped. Because I think people are still going to look at it as y'all are the guys that traded Luka. So
yeah, they're forever gonna be that in my heart.
You're dysfunctional, all that kind of stuff like that. But I was thinking, Mike, you know what I'm saying? I think the Suns might beat you to Derek Queen.
Stop. You think so?
The Suns might beat you to him.
And we gotta wait. We gotta wait all the way to 12. I'm gonna be sitting there this be in agony. They may. I don't know. I mean, they definitely need a big man. So
yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, we got to get Kuminga. We have to get a guy that can pair with Giddey, Bazelis, Kobe White. That nuclear, I like, and I like our bench. I like we got THC. I like Kevin Huerter. We just need some bigger guys. Like we have to get. I think we'll probably keep Patrick Williams until we resign him. But Vucevic, I think is going to be traded.
Right. It sounds like
Man, Patrick.
what I've been reading, a lot of people are expecting Kuminga to stay.
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought you were about to say like we won't get either one of them. You know, so
Well,
I don't know.
2-5. I don't think you answered the question. Well, I don't think I posed it to you, but I guess I'll ask you the same question. Or did you have the same answer as Cowboy Mike?
What was the question again?
Would you take J-Dub
over Kuminga? I would. I think that Kuminga is a very good player, but I think that he's a chucker too. You know what I'm saying? Like I think J-Dub, and this is due to coaching mostly, but J-Dub plays within the system. He knows when to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive. Like Kuminga is just always trying to prove himself. So I wonder, even if he were to go to another team, is that just something that's stuck in his personality for now until he matures or whatever?
Right. Yeah, I don't mind it though. Coming to Chicago, we need that. Like that's one thing we're lacking. You got Giddey who's gonna pass you the ball. He can score, but we need somebody to take over, or at least chuck up some shots that are gonna get us in the floor of the offense.
Right.
Even if it's a bad shot, we just need guys that can shoot something. We don't have guys that can take.
LaVine for all that.
Who?
Y'all could have kept LaVine for all that.
Hey, Zach LaVine.
Yeah, you're right.
Zach LaVine
I said that.
Dog.
I said that. I said at this point we should have kept LaVine. Well, they traded him to Sacramento for a couple quarters and a ham sandwich. Like we ain't get nothing from him.
He always hurt.
For DeMar, we got nothing for neither one. We didn't get no draft picks. We gave them draft picks in return. I'm like, what type of trades are y'all doing? Like, we're not benefiting from these. We got Chris Duarte and Jalen Smith. It's like, bro, like what type of I don't know.
I don't understand why Duarte doesn't get more minutes.
Me either. He can play.
He can shoot.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm lost. I guess that's why I said Billy Donovan. I don't like him as a coach. He's a name at this point. He hasn't done anything to deserve that extension. I was hoping the Knicks would take him away from us. For real. I don't believe it. I don't know. I don't think he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
But I think our GM is starting to retool. I liked our nucleus though. We came on strong towards the end of the year. That like I've said before, Josh Giddey is definitely box office. I think he's a low budget Luka in the making. Sure.
Yeah.
I like Josh Giddey a lot.
Me too. Even OKC, I liked him a lot. So even in the playoffs, I'm like, why is he not playing Giddey? And I didn't realize that he was on the outs.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish we would have kept Caruso though. I know we had to give up something, but I'm like, damn, we gave away Caruso. Like he was really our heart and soul of our team.
Yeah.
Straight up. Yeah, fellas, man, we done reached that goddamn hour mark in this motherfucking Monday smoke meeting. We appreciate everybody who came through the smoke with the gang. You already know the Styrofoam Ralph and Cups in the Gang live from the motherfucking hot box. You can catch us every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. You already know I had the gang with me, man. One half of Sports Reports as ordered. 2-5 Mike Will representing live.
Check us out tonight, y'all.
Building. And you already know I have my dog, man. He goes by many names, but we call him the one Mike, Cowboy Mike, Dallas Mike, Dakota Mike, OVO Mike in the motherfucking building. And tapping out of the motherfucking hotbox, DJ, Radical Jack, Cactus Jack in the motherfucking building. Shouts out to the Bird Gang and the Bird's Nest. You already know, man. Hey,
they kicked me out, y'all. They kicked me out before it ended.
We was rolling the windows down and we letting the smoke out. Yeah, I kicked them out.
I thought you meant the Eagles nest. I'm like, they kicked you out of
Cubs kicked me out of this pod, man. He's a bully. I just want y'all to know that.
All
the viewers watching.
It's a
Cubs
private
is a bully.
And you know what? Above all else, fuck Cactus.
Oh!
Yeah, that was wrong. That was wrong.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mick Foley coming to Tucson. San Antonio in a few weeks.
That hurt.
Shout out to Mick Foley though.
Man.
That was hilarious. I didn't see that one coming.
Man, I got it all. That's hurts, man. What about Aaron Rodgers? What about KD? What about Tyler Perry? Nah, fuck Jack.
Oh yeah. And fuck who is it? Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Stop.
Fuck Kevin Durant. Fuck Rudy Gobert. And fuck Tyler Perry.
Big TP. Toilet paper.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
I
look,
would, I
man.
would, I would agree with you, but Tyler Perry might take that as an invitation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hold on, wait. Yeah, we might got to take TP off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Tyler be like, oh, you got
Hey,
one too?
I didn't gain some weight in the last year.
But never mind.
Yeah, I didn't gain some weight in the last year. He might think I'm thick.
Hey,
Lord.
Text
Hey,
messages.
Tupac, what time y'all going? What y'all going on tonight?
Hopefully in the next 30 minutes here. You know, I'm just waiting on my partner.
All right, cool. Cause you gotta relax that and saying that shit.
That man said,
Yeah, that joint's crazy. You need time to cool off.
thick.
You need a minute to cool off.
Oh yeah, and I just want to add, fuck Goldberg.
Fuck Goldberg.
Oh,
Fuck Goldberg. Yeah.
Agreed.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, and above all else, shout out Jey Uso, the greatest wrestler out right now. Shout out to the biggest draw. Biggest draw of all time. All time.
Man, above all else, fuck Memphis Bleak, bro.
Well, what did Mr. Bleak do?
I ain't gonna lie, I was listening to Bleak's new album earlier.
Ew. Fuck old rappers. Give up. No one to quit. Throw in the towel.
I've been listening to that Bleak, that Apartment 3D.
Man, smoke with us next time.
Yeah, you probably go Nas on the low. He cutting up big time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I should have cut it off because the first song is called Do Rag Bleak. He ain't even got no hair. Like,
Hey, all right, okay.
Learn when to